What's up guys, Nif here, back with another Neverness Taverness video. It has been a while, but today we're going to be talking about whether or not you should be pulling for Shinku. Shinku's obviously a very appealing character, and if you're pulling for her for those reasons, you already know that you're pulling for her. But if you want to find out a little bit more about her and determine whether or not she's right for your account, then this is for you. Shinku is another Cosmos character. She is a main DPS who's a super on-field DPS who wants to be on-field, dealing a lot of damage as a hyper carry. You want to buff her up with a bunch of other people and get charge reactions and pump up your team with ultimate energy and get off a bunch of ultimates. Because her support skill improves charge, you're going to want to take this into account when building your team. That means you're going to want a Cosmos character, an Anima character, and a Lakshana character. We'll get into team building and stuff a little bit later though. First, we're going to break down Shinku's skills, her best arc, which is obviously her signature, and a little bit more. Shinku's got your basic 5 attack string combo that we've come to know and love. Hers come with a little bit of a twist. On her 3rd, 4th, and 5th basic attack, you're able to hold down the attack button for a little bit of a heavy attack that deals a variation of her normal attack. That kind of affects how you're able to string together combos, so you could kind of cancel out of that combo if you want to hit with a heavy hit on your 3rd attack instead of going all the way through the 5 attack combo. You could also do this with your 4th attack or your 5th attack. As you're going through and doing basic attacks and you're doing your skill, you're charging up Fury, which is Shinku's special meter that is used to activate her ultimate. Shinku's skill is this really cool little kick combo that deals damage. It's just a basic like damage dealing skill. Looks really cool though. I think she looks pretty awesome during all of her skills, but where things get really badass is when you use your ultimate and you go into your Super Saiyan Dragon mode, and it just enhances all of your damage dealing abilities. It makes her attack animations and character model all look really sick, and at the end of the ultimate, she goes in and deals a giant burst of damage and finishes off her ultimate with a bang. It's really cool. You basically want to build up all this fury, get your Shinku buffed up with your other characters, and just deal a ton of damage during this ultimate window where you go Super Saiyan Dragon mode and just pop off and take care of enemies. She's really cool in that state. Shinku's signature arc is definitely built just for her. It gives her a bunch of critical rate. It gives her a pretty big boost to attack percent. After you cast your ultimate, you gain an increased Cosmos damage boost by a percentage, and your damage ignores a percentage of enemies' defense for a period of time. This arc really fits with Shinku's playstyle because you want your ultimate to be your big damage window where she's really buffed up, and it just really enhances that window where you enter that enhanced state and you want to stay on the field and you want to deal a ton of damage and you just want to go really hard on the enemy while you're in that state. I think Shinku's best teammate is probably going to be Haether, and you're going to want supports like G1 or Iroi or Esper Zero. We'll see how well Iroi works with Shinku, but we can only assume that based on the fact that they're releasing together and you do want an Anima unit in there with Shinku, that Iroi is going to be a perfect fit. But if you're not pulling for Iroi, I think G1 and her utility will be a great fit as well. But should you pull for Shinku, does she fit into your account? You really need to take a look at where your account's at and whether or not you've got the resources available for her. I'm absolutely pulling for her because I think she looks sick, but if I was trying to take into account like my budget and whether or not there were characters in the future that I wanted to save for, I would need to think pretty hard. The game already gave us Hattori, which is a Cosmos sub DPS, not a main DPS, I know, but still we have Cosmos there. We have Cosmos with Esper Zero. And then of course the game gives us an A6 R5 Cheese, which like you've got Cheese, you're going to be able to get her fully awakened as you play the game. You should really take into consideration whether or not you need another Cosmos damage dealer. If you're pulling for waifu over meta, then you're pulling for waifu over meta. You don't even really need to think about it. I think that Shinku looks sick. I think that she looks like more fun to play than Cheese. She's more my play style. And at the end of the day, like I said, I think she looks really good. So I'm going to be pulling for her for those reasons. But take into consideration whether or not it's worth it for you and your account. Always pull for the characters you like over the meta. That is my #1 piece of advice when playing these games. Don't fall into FOMO. Don't worry about meta. It's a single player game. Like, you're not competing with anybody unless if you're in the Fight Club, which we don't talk about Fight Club. I didn't like that event. But yeah, I already met Shinku in real life at Anime Expo, and I look forward to meeting her in the game. 1.2 is coming really soon. It's coming tonight if you're watching this when I upload the video. But yeah, it's coming soon. Are you going to pull for Shinku? Let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts. I would also love to know, are you pulling for the new bike? The new bike, I don't know. There's no bike racing. I don't really care about racing. but after driving it around a bit, it seems pretty fun. I've actually liked driving it around, and at the end of the day, we play video games to have fun. So I would love to also know, are you pulling for the bike? It is going to be a cheaper mystery box selection little thing going on, and I'm curious if you're going to be investing your funds into that. I would love to offer the advice. Don't pull for it if you don't want to go all the way to pity, because you're going to go to pity. Like, go into it with that mindset. You're going to get plenty of funds, I think, throughout the events and throughout the patch. So at the end of the day, you should be able to accrue enough funds to get the bike. But plenty of people have done the math for that. Go check out some videos on that and make a decision on whether or not you want to pull for the bike yourself. The Esper Zero skin is pretty decent looking. If you wear it on the bike, you get little upskirts, and I know that that's what they're doing with that. It is what it is. But yeah, this wasn't meant to be a Shinku guide. I kind of just wanted to talk about the character herself and discuss with you guys whether or not you should pull for her. After the drip marketing she got, after her little character animation, I'm pretty sold on the character. I think she looks great in her base skin. I think her Bond skin looks great. I think her freaking gacha skin looks great. I think the wetsuit, swimsuit looks great. Overall, she's a really cool looking character to me. If you don't like the way she looks, if you don't like the way she plays, but she's meta, why waste your hard-earned annulith on it? I don't know. That's just my opinion, though. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. A like would be greatly appreciated, and subscribe for some future Neverness to Everness content. We're going to be getting back into the game. We're going to be live tonight, pulling for Shinku. We'll be doing viewer pulls if anybody wants their pulls done live on stream, and we'll just be chilling. We're going to get back on a good schedule and start streaming again and make much more content to come, as well as some other gacha game content. So if you're interested in that, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.